Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Shikha Sambarkar and today our topic is Computer Network Part 3. This video is especially for class 12 CBSE students who have opted computer science and informatics practices as an optional subject. Other students also can watch the video, those who are interested in computer network field. So let's start the topic computer network. So here under the topic computer network, there is a subtopic switching techniques. Yes, we will discuss today about switching techniques. So first we should know what's the meaning of switching. Switching means what? In general, what's its meaning? Suppose two friends are talking with each other or two persons are talking with each other and one is saying to another that he is switching his job or she is switching her job. So what's its meaning? Switching a job means what? It means he is switching means he is changing his job or his position, or she is changing her job or her position. So we can understand the general meaning of switching. So here what's the meaning of switching technique? Switching techniques are used for data transmission. Data transmission means to transfer data from one place to another place. We can understand it. So to transfer data means for data transmission across networks, switching techniques are used. You can relate the general meaning of switching with this standard meaning here, that is various switching techniques are used for data transmission across networks. Okay, so networks means what? We have discussed about the word network, about the term network in our previous lessons or videos, and one major purpose and use of networks is the sharing or transfer of data and information. Networks are used for sharing or transfer of data and information. Switching in computer network helps in deciding the best route for data transmission if there are multiple paths in a larger network. So these are the concepts related to switching techniques. Now, types of switching. Types of switching. Basically, there are three types: circuit switching, message switching, and packet switching. We will discuss all these things one by one in detail. Here the word is connectionless and connection oriented. What's its meaning? Connectionless. As you all are aware about this word connection. So here connection oriented protocol makes a connection and checks whether message is received or not and sends again if an error occurs. While connectionless service protocol does not guarantees a message delivery. It means connection oriented if connection oriented means if connection is established there, proper connection, or we can say through via cables, wires, proper connection is there. It means there is a surety that your message will be delivered at the right place, at the right destination. And in case of connectionless, there is no guarantee. So here circuit switching is connection oriented switching technique, and one example is here telephone line, landline telephone network is at that landline telephone network there is circuit switching is used, and message switching, it is connectionless. And one example we can say telegraph network is in this telegraph network message switching was used, and you can understand telegraph is just a device and it is used to send the telegram. Now it is not in use, but just you Remember this, that telegraph network message switching was used. And what's this telegraph is a device, and it is used to message, or we can say telegram, for the to deliver the telegram. And packet switching, here is an example. Internet in case of internet, packet switching technique is used. And there are two types: datagram and virtual circuit switching. Datagram is connectionless and virtual circuit switching is connection oriented. So let's discuss one by one circuit switching, message switching and packet switching in detail. Here first one is circuit switching. So what's its meaning? Circuit means what? In general, what's its meaning? We can say in field of electronics, a circuit is a closed path that allows electricity to flow from one point to another. This is the general meaning, that circuit is a closed path. So here in this technique, circuit switching, first the complete physical connection between two computers is established. What's the first point here? That there should be a physical connection via a cable. It can be connected. First, there should be a complete physical connection between two computers. Just like circuit means that is a closed path. Circuit is a closed path that allows electricity to flow from one point to another. Just like that. That is the general meaning. Here in circuit switching, we can compare that here that closed path is, we can compare that closed path with this physical connection between two computers. It can be connected using any cable or wire, and after then data are transmitted from the source computer to the destination computer. Source computer and destination computer. Suppose I am sending you a message. It means my system is source system, and your system, the systems are receiving the messages. It means that is destination system, destination computer. Your system is destination system and my system is source system. So first thing, there should be a physical connection between two computers or two systems, and after that data can be transmitted. This is the condition in case of circuit switching. That's why it is called connection oriented, and the best example is a telephone line network. A telephone line network is used. In telephone line network, this circuit switching is used. Here the second point, that is when a computer places a telephone call, the switching equipment within the telephone system seeks out a physical copper path all the way from sender telephone to the receiver's telephone. The important property of this switching technique is to set up an end-to-end path or connection between computers before any data can be sent. So this is the circuit switching. Now you can see there are two images. In the first image there are four users. User 1, top corners you can see, left top corner, bottom left bottom, right bottom, and top left, right top, left top. So you can see there are users: user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. Okay, and user 1 is connected with user 3. Direct connection of line is there. So you can see this is an example of circuit switching. Here in another image, right side, you can see A1, A2. A1 is directly connected with A2. B1 is also directly connected with B2. C1 is also directly connected with C2. So these are the examples of circuit switching technique. Generally it is used in landline telephone network. Now message switching. Yes, message switching. You all are aware about the term message. So in this technique, a message is transferred as a complete unit and routed through intermediate nodes at which it is stored and forwarded. This message switching technique is similar to circuit switching technique, but the difference is here store and forward principle is followed. It means store and forward means uh, in this technique the source computer sends data or the message to the switching office first, which stores the data in its buffer. It means intermediate nodes from one node to another node. There will suppose a system is a network. It means definitely there will be so many nodes or workstation, or we can say computers are there. So if one person is sending message, then there will not be a direct path. There will not be a direct path. So the in between any node, or we can say switching office will receive the message and will store that message, and after getting the free path, for the destination computer, it will be forwarded. Okay, so this is the concept here. uh, in this technique, a message is transferred as a complete unit. Message is transferred as a complete unit means message will be transferred in full complete unit, not in parts. In case of packet switching, you will see that message is divided into parts, then it can be transferred from one end to another end. But in case of message switching, message is transferred as a complete unit. Complete unit means complete message, not in parts, and routed through intermediate nodes. Routed through intermediate nodes, it means it will go, there will be no direct path. It will be transferred from one node to another node to another node, and that destination part, and intermediate node at which it is stored and forwarded. That's why it follows, this message switching technique follows the store and forward principle. So this is the only difference between circuit switching and message switching, that it follows the store and forward principle, and there is no establishment of a dedicated path between the sender and receiver. There is no dedicated path. In this technique, the source computer sends data or the message to the switching office first, which stores the data in its buffer. Then it looks for a free link to another switching office and then sends the data to the office. Office means we can say that a particular node in between the receiver and sender end. This process is continued until the data are delivered to the destination computers. So this is message switching. Now here packet switching. Packet switching technique. With message switching, there is no limit on block size. Block size, we can say that message size. In contrast, packet switching places a tight upper limit on block size. A fixed size of packet we can say part of message or piece of message, that is called packet. Okay, a fixed size of packet which can be transmitted across the network is specified. Another point of its difference from message switching is that data packets are stored on the disk in message switching, whereas in packet switching all the packets of fixed size are stored in main memory. In case of packet switching, packets are stored in main memory, but in case of message switching, packets are stored on the disk. This is the difference. This improves the performance as the access time. Definitely here message is in the form of packet. It means it is divided in parts. Definitely the performance as the access time performance this concept that packet concept, packet switching there is a concept of packet, and this concept improves the performance because the access time is reduced, time taken to access a data packet, because there is a fixed size of packet. That's why the access time is reduced, and the throughput we can say output or measure of performance of the network is improved. So this is packet switching. Here message is transferred in the form of packet. Now here you can see one image related to packet switching. There are two source system, and left side you can see one system is there, that is we can say source system, and right side one another system, that is destination system. It means from the left side message is transferred to the right side system. So here message is transferred in the form of packets, not a complete message, not a complete unit of message, but message will be transferred from here in the form of packets, in parts, we can say in pieces. So suppose one message is divided into two packets, packet 1 and packet 2. You can see here two packets, packet 1 in the upper side. You can see packet 1 is going on, and in the lower side you can see the packet 2 is going on to the destination computer. It means message is divided into two part in this image, packet 1 and packet 2, and data is transmitted from one end to another end in the form of packets. So this is packet switching. Here you can see another image of packet switching technique. At the left top corner you can see one system is there named A, and at the right bottom corner one another system is named X. You can see that A and X, left top corner and right bottom corner. It means message will be transferred from the system A to X, and you can see 1 2 3 4. What is this? This is a message in the form of packet, and 1 is showing yellow color, 2 light green, 3 white, and 4 blue color. So these 4 parts of a message, and from A to X this message is transferred in the form of packets. So there are one is transferred from a path, second is transferred from one another path, third is transferred from another part, and 4 is any other part. So you can see here from one end to another end message is transferred in the form of packet. You can see here, this is the image for packet switching. You can see this. Now there are two types of packet switching. First is datagram, second is virtual circuit switching. So first we will discuss datagram. Datagram, it's nothing but a packet or message, we can say. It's a packet switching technology by which each packet is called a datagram. in this datagram packet switching, we can see that each packet is called a datagram, is treated as a separate entity, and that particular packet, we have seen in the previous image that that particular packet is treated as a separate entity, and that particular packet is called datagram here. Each packet is routed independently. We have seen this, that each packet is routed independently. It means if there are four packets, four parts of a message, they can move independently. They can choose the path or route independently, okay, through the network. As a result, the packets may arrive at the destination out of order. It is possible that the packets will be delivered at the destination system properly, or maybe there some error. So it can be there can be anything, whatever in case datagram packet switching it happens. So as a result, the packets may arrive at the destination out of order. It happens. The internet which we use is based on datagram network. So this is datagram packet switching. It is datagram means nothing but it is just a packet. Packet means part of a message. Now, virtual circuit switching. It is also a part of packet switching. It's a packet switching methodology whereby a path is established between the source and the final destination through which all the packets will be routed during a call. In this virtual circuit switching, there will be a path or we can say connection is established between this source and final destination. It means between the source and destination there will be a path, there will be a connection. This path is called a virtual circuit because to the user the connection appears to be a dedicated physical circuit. We can say this connection or this path will be a dedicated line from source to destination. This ensures that all packets successfully reach the destination. It ensures that all packets should be reached at the destination place safely, because this virtual circuit is under connection oriented network type. Okay, so previously we have seen that datagram circuits, that datagram is the first one part, this is the second one part of packet switching, but that datagram was an example of connectionless circuit, and here virtual circuit switching is an example of connection oriented circuit. So these are the three main switching techniques. First one circuit switching, second one message switching, third one this packet switching. So this is the complete concept, or we can say description here. So friends, I hope this video is helpful for you all. Please like, share, comment and subscribe this YouTube channel presented by Shikha Sambarkar. Thank you. Thank you all.